So let's talk a little bit about content for your Linkwheel now. Now, the type of content you use will depend upon your strategy for your Linkwheel. Are you looking at dominating the top 10 and having human visitors? Or are you basically not fussed about the human visitors and all you want is to get the links to your site? If you really want human visitors and you want to rank well, then you need unique content. It has to be well written, unique content, either written by yourself or outsourced. It doesn't matter which. If you're outsourcing it, be prepared to pay sort of $10-ish for decent quality content. Now, if you're creating, say, a 10-spoke Linkwheel, each one maybe has 2 pieces of content on it, that means you need 20 unique pieces of content. Now, this isn't, particularly practical because it's going to take you a couple of days to write it, or it's going to cost you a couple of $100 to outsource it. So what you might do is you might get 2 or 3 unique articles written, and then spin it or something else to stretch the content out so you can use it in your Linkwheels. Now, the last thing you want is for all your Linkwheels to be identical in content if you are expecting real people to visit and you want them to read it. If it's all the same, they're going to leave the site very quickly because they're going to go, well, I've seen this already, and go. So if you've got unique content on each one, it's very, very powerful because you can really dominate the search results. The other option, of course, is to use private label rights content. Now, this can be used as is or rewritten, or, as we'll talk about in a minute, spun. It depends upon what you want to achieve. Now, PLR content you're probably going to use if you are not too worried about humans ever really visiting it, because again, you don't want people coming to your site and going, oh, I've already seen this. They've seen it lots and lots of places. You want them to come there, find something fresh, new and interesting, and then obviously come through to your money site. The final option, of course, is spun content. It can be either unique or PLR spun. Now, in reality, what you are likely to use is a combination of these. You're likely to use some unique content, some spun unique content, some rewritten or spun PLR content. You're going to use a combination of it because it's probably most cost effective, and it's also going to give you sort of the quickest and the best results. So you're likely to use a combination of this, and it will vary from Linkwheel to Linkwheel as to, do you have PLR content that's good enough quality? Do you have access to a spinner? Have you got someone to write the unique content? So it's going to vary. But what I want to do now is just talk a little bit more about spinning the content, because spinning is another thing that people don't really understand, and there's a lot of, shall we say, mystique and a lot of misunderstanding. So firstly, you need a 450 plus word article. You need a decent length article. If it's too short, then it's not really enough content for Linkwheel. You want something that's good length. About 450, 500 to 600 words is enough. Any longer than that, and you might as well stretch it out a little bit longer and split it into 2. So somewhere between 450 and 600-ish words, and not exact figures. So somewhere around that. Once you've done that, you won't then want to use your particular spinning syntax to rewrite each sentence 3 times. Now, this will vary according to what type of spinner software you're using, but basically you rewrite each sentence 3 times. And you will find that perhaps you can't rewrite all of them. You may find that some of them you can only rewrite once or twice. Other sentences you may be able to rewrite 5 or 6 times. So, 3's are sort of average you're looking for. So some will be less and some will be more. Just if you can rewrite it a number of times, rewrite it that number of times. Then within each sentence that you've rewritten, basically every single one of the sentences, you spin as many phrases and words as you can. So if there's a phrase that you can spin, you spin it. If there's a single word you can spin, you spin that as well. So you spin the single words typically with synonyms and the phrases with other phrases that mean the same. You will spin contractions with the full version, so can't becomes cannot, your becomes you are, there becomes they are, and so on. And what this does is this varies the word length of the article and helps make it that little bit more unique. Now, if you've got numbers, you may spin those between number 1 and the word 1. If you've got lists, you may do those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, IV, V, VI, and so on, or A, B, C, D, E, something like that. So you got to try and spin as much as you can so it varies and looks different. And if you can do that, then obviously that's going to make the article highly unique. You're going to get a massive level of uniqueness, which means you can get 50, 60, 70 plus articles out of a single article that are really, really unique. And that is fantastic and just what you want, because the more unique your articles are, then obviously the better it's going to be for you, simply because you're going to have unique content that looks and sounds different on all of your Linkwheel properties. Now, there are automated spinners out there that you can use, and I've experimented with a few of them, and I can honestly say that whilst they do produce a high level of uniqueness, they don't produce content that is readable for humans. There's plenty of words which have many meanings in the English language, which the spinners don't understand the context. They just look at the word and spin that word. They don't understand the context which the word is being used in. So, for example, one niche that I've seen a lot of recently is, say, past life regression. Now, put that into an automated spinner, and life and regression will be left alone. But past will be spun to previous, past and previous. And, of course, previous life regression doesn't make sense. It's not the same thing. And there's many other examples like that. So you can use an automated spinner if you're creating canon fodder that's just for the search engines and you don't care about real visitors ever actually seeing it. And if you do that, then obviously be aware that it's not going to read properly and it's not going to make sense. But if you follow through what we've talked about here for spinning your Linkwheel content, then you're going to find that it's very, very good. You're going to get some really, really good unique content. That means your Linkwheel is going to be unique. So that means that every single site can rank very, very well, and you are much more in the chance of dominating the search engine results and really, really, being the #1 player in your particular niche. So we want to start by creating our Linkwheel. Now, we've talked a bit about the theory, and over the coming videos we'll go into more detail about them. But for now, we want to talk about how you create your first site. So we're going to create our first site here on, let's say, blogger.com. It doesn't matter which one you create it on. There's many out there, so just pick one and start on that one. But don't always start on the same one. So what we're going to do is we're going to sign in with our Google account. If you don't have a Google account, you can create one as you sign in. So I'm just going to sign in and we'll start creating a blog. Okay, so now we have to create our blog. So we give it a title. Now we're going to call it 7 Steps to Internet Marketing Success. So we can say that our keyword here is Internet Marketing Success. So what we want is we want our keyword in the title and our keyword here as the domain name. So let's check the availability and see whether it's free. It's not available, so we can go for this one, 7 Steps to Internet Marketing Success. What we might do is we might decide, well, actually we're going to call it Internet Marketing Success Tips. Let's see if that works. Right, that's not available either, so let's just put for you, see if that one's free. Okay, so that is available, so we then click continue. So we got a keyword in there. Ideally you want your keyword right at the start of the URL, because that's going to be much better for you. So now we have to pick a theme. Again, it doesn't matter what theme you choose unless you're particularly keen on human visitors. We'll just go one at random. We're going to have that one. Oh, missed. That one will do. There you are. We picked one. And then click continue. You can pick any template you want. It just doesn't matter. As long as it looks nice, that's all that we're fussed about. You can spend some time designing and picking the template if you really want, but you've got to remember, part of the aim of the game here is to get these sites done and get these sites out there fairly quickly. The more time you spend messing around with the sites, then obviously the longer it's going to take you to create your Linkwheel. Okay, and then we're ready to continue. You can have a look at the advanced setups where you can use your own domain or import a blog from somewhere else, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to start blogging. Okay, so what we do is we're going to put our article in here. So there's our article. We put our title up here. So this is the title, keyword in title. Your article is going to be keyword rich. You want decent keywords in it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put links through to our website. So we'd have keyword 1 and keyword 2. Now what these will do is these need to be naturally included in the text. So write about something naturally and just include your keyword, and then all you do to make it a hyperlink is to click that button there, and then when you're done you publish the post and it's out there. Now there's many other things you can do. You can monetize it with some Google ads, you can change the layout settings, etc, etc. It's up to you how you want to do it, whether you want to edit it. You may want to add 2 or 3 posts. Now if you spun your content, in here will go a spun version. So let's just spun version of article will go in there, and then you'll have unique titles. So you don't want to create, say, a 60 spoke Linkwheel with, you know, every single one having the same title, because that's obviously going to give it away. So you want to vary the title, different combinations of keywords and so on, in order to really make it look good and sound good. And basically that's what you do once you've got your keywords. So this one is going to link to our money site, say, and then this one is linked to next Linkwheel spoke. Now obviously if you haven't created this yet, you can't link to it. So in this instant, because we haven't got any more, we probably wouldn't have this keyword. This keyword would disappear, and we may have a link out to, say, an authority site or something else. When we create our next spoke in our Linkwheel, we will have these 2 links. Now don't always do them in the same order. Sometimes swap these over. So you know the Linkwheel spoke link is first, and then the money site link is second. So swap them around occasionally. So on our next one, we would have these 2 links in, one linking to this blogger blog and the other linking to our money site. And that's basically all you need to do. You simply just repeat this for as many Web 2.0 properties as you want to, and you just keep doing the same process again and again and again, and you'll end up quite literally with lots and lots of incoming links. And then what you need to do is, I'd recommend just create a spreadsheet or a text document, a notepad or whatever, and what you want to do is you want to record, let's just write down what you want to record. You want to record the site name, then you want to record the username, the password, the URL to the site, and maybe the RSS feed. And then that makes it easy for you to quite simply track this, and then once you've created them, you go through the URLs and ping them, you go and submit the RSS feeds. You may also want to track keyword 1 or the 2 keywords. So you might want money site keyword and maybe Linkwheel keyword, so the internal link to the next site. So you may want to track those, and that will help you track what keywords you're using, so you can make sure that you don't use the same keyword too many times. Just tracking something like that is going to make it a lot easier for you to administrate this and keep track of what you've done, where you've done it, and basically update it so that you can basically update it so that you can keep track of what you've done, and you're pinging everything. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you're going to create the site, then you've got to ping it, then you've got to submit the RSS feed, and then a week later you're going to think, right, now where was that site? What was it called again? Because I want to go back and add some more content. So, you know, just a simple spreadsheet like this is going to help you keep track of it. Very, very worthwhile doing. But you can see, it's not difficult to do, is it? It's really, really easy. And you just repeat this for multiple sites, and before you know it, you will have a good amount of incoming links to your website. It's incredibly powerful, effective, and easy to do. So now you understand sort of the basics of a Linkwheel. Let's go on to the next video and talk a little bit more about some of the advanced techniques and how you can really take your Linkwheel structure to the next level.